And we can start Section 17, another 3-arrow node. They're throwing us these short balls, but they do have some occasional long story segments here. So this is Section 4 of the Souls to be equal in due course, Part 4, No Battles for the start of Section 17. Oh, I'm getting some good cracks in my neck. Or more crackles than anything, but I digress. That was so good. I've eaten all sorts of ages and places, and your cooking, Lady Europa, was some of the best I've ever had. Man, when I first got to Olympus, I never thought I could have such great breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Well, I guess I never did end up having lunch today, but this dinner more than made up for it. There were so many textures and flavors. There really were. It was like culinary techniques that had been honed to perfection over Olympus' 10,000-year history were concentrated in every bite. It honestly made me feel as if I was tasting history itself. The bread in particular was like nothing I could have ever imagined before today. Thank you so much, Queen Europa. This has been an invaluable experience. Man, the Chaldea kitchen staff is going to be disappointed when we don't compliment their cooking anymore. Like, it's good, but it's not the best I've had. Oh no, I didn't do anything special. I was simply copying what I've seen others do before. Adele and Macarius did the truly hard work. You are far too generous, Lady Europa. All we did was follow your instructions. You're a way better cook than any mere culinary student. Most of them only care about working on their so-called cutting-edge research. As long as you know the basics of Olympian ingredients and culinary techniques, anyone can cook like that if they put a little love into it. Still, I do appreciate the compliment. Thanks so much for helping me. If we continue working together like this, Operation God Destroyer should succeed in no time. Hurrah! Okay, that was kind of adorable. Rah. Rah! Foo! Nero! Caligula! The madness is starting to resurface. I thought it only right that I should shout on Cadus's behalf as well. She may not have shown herself for dinner, but I'm sure she's nearby watching in her spirit form. Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess Cadus is probably still kind of ticked. Though I probably shouldn't have let Cadus hear me say that, or she's apt to materialize just in time to bring her giant spear down on my head. Speaking of missing people, is Holmes still at it? Then how much magical energy will the Grand Summon consume? Normally, someone makes use of the mana in the atmosphere in the summoner's own odd. However, if we are to summon a being capable of bringing down a god, I'm not sure even this Lostbelt's extensive reserves of atmospheric mana, which admittedly far surpasses anything in hand in proper human history, will suffice. So if we're to complete this grand summon, as the heroic spirits call it, I assume we'll need to augment our magical energy supply somehow. Of course you will. Strictly speaking, the summoning ritual doesn't use a summoner, given its vast magical energy requirements. I've designed it to make use of the Infinity Crystal above Atlantis. Have you now? More accurately, I've designed it to access the Infinity Crystal through the Olympians' own god-made ley line, thereby providing us with an inexhaustible supply of magical energy. We will use the enemy's own power against them. The god-made ley line. That's the ley line that's kept completely under the god's close supervision. Our spells weren't able to so much as touch it, but that won't be a case for you then. Does that mean that the god-made ley line was? Of course, I'm the one who made it, even if I only did so reluctantly and under Zeus's orders. I suspected as much. So yes, I know all there is to know about this god-made ley line worked down to its unusual vulnerability. Vulnerability, you say? The ley line may be an invisible magical energy network that serves as a transcendent source of magical energy, but since it's never completed, it's also full of holes. Its greatest vulnerability is the fact that it exists in spaces all throughout Olympus. By placing special spells and formations at these spaces, we are able to draw a truly massive summoning circle that covers all of Olympus, even though the gods remains none the wiser. That is the summoning circle that lays at the heart of the operation, and the very spells that you and the heroic spirits of the Alliance have already put in place. Okay, makes sense. Sounds like they're having a pretty involved conversation. I'm gonna go get some night air. A little walk to help my digestion ought to do the thing. It's dangerous outside, though, so be careful. I agree. At this step, the underground passages are sure to be patrolled by autonomous weapons. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Excuse me. Old Man Prometheus/Hephaestus cut off their connection with the surveillance network, right? Then, like I said, this ought to be just the thing to help my digestion. Excuse me, I need help with my digestion, clearly. But I'll be fine, I promise. If I really think I'll be in trouble, I'll hightail it out of there immediately. I might have reached the void, but I'm still an unscrupulous sword fighter at heart. I'm not going to challenge an opponent I know I can't beat. Anyway, it's walk time. Be back soon. Alright, Musashi, don't die. Please don't die. You know you guys didn't have to come with me, right? Or are you just here on a hunch or something? Well, Adele, Macarius? Solmash were right. It's dangerous to walk along these underground passages alone. Besides, I couldn't help but notice that Muramasa wasn't at dinner. At first, I thought he might be at the back of the workshop, but he wasn't there either. Sounds like we're thinking along the same lines. You hear that, Lord Muramasa? I know you can. I'm sure you've got things to talk about you don't want the Chaldeans overhearing, so I come to pay you a visit myself. Figured you'd show up here, but I didn't expect those twins to come along, too. Just to be clear, I don't got anything to talk about. Oh, that's too bad, because I sure do, and it's got something to do with how insanely dangerous you are. I know you said you were staying neutral earlier, but the moment you hand the article over to Sol, you're planning to cut him in two on the spot, aren't you? Well, yeah, when you finish one job, you move on to the next, right? That fake priest Rasputin gave me 2 jobs to do as part of my foreign god disciple duties. The first was to protect Prometheus Hephaestus on Olympus. Apparently, as the god of knowledge and forge, his skills are essential for keeping Olympus running smoothly. And since old Zeus signed off on that job, I've got no reason to refuse it. The second job was to destroy Hephaestus in Atlantis. That would seem to be at cross purposes. That one was all Zeus. He said he forbade Chaldea and Hephaestus from coming into contact, and taking Hephaestus out was the quickest and easiest way to ensure they didn't. But killing a god's still a big deal, even at Atlantis, and not even Lord Odysseus there could go through with it. So that's where we came in. Rasputin demolished the proper human history of heroic spirits while I cut the Forge God's main unit clean in two. That's terrible, so here you kept Hephaestus safe. And elsewhere you killed him, huh? What the hell's the sense in that? I told you, I cut him in two, didn't say anything about killing. Though I did say that Hephaestus had been destroyed in my report. So what exactly does that mean? Alright, here's the deal. Prometheus Hephaestus is incredibly skilled, but he's also the stubbornest, oldest mule I've ever met. Said he wanted to make a summoner thingamabob and was going to blow himself up unless I helped him. I couldn't let him, since that was my job to protect him and all, so I agreed to the apprenticeship until the gizmo was done. After that, he said his own manipulators were too old and decrepit for delicate work or something such, and wasted no time in putting me to work. And one of those odd jobs involved going to Atlantis to fetch his backup data. Said he needed an additional brain to finish making the article. Bunch of bull, huh? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. First, you follow the order by cutting him in half, then you go get his backup to effectively bring him back to life. That sounds like something out of a comedy routine. You're a real scrimp, Grandpa. Anyway, I take it that means you liked Hephaestus so much that you were willing to really stick your neck out for him, huh? We might not agree on most things, but that Greek god of the forges works so good it brings a damn tear to my eye. Is that so? Anyway, there was one other thing Zeus ordered me to do that he didn't have anything to do with Hephaestus. Get rid of you lot. So once I finish this job, that's the next one I gotta take care of. Ain't no sense in doing things out of order. Gotta do my jobs one at a time to make sure they're done right. And ain't like I'm ignoring the foreign god's orders or betraying Zeus. So does this mean you're ignoring Zeus's commands until the article is finished? Of course, ain't like Zeus is paying me for this job. I'm just playing along with him because they say he's the big Buddha in charge here. Oh my. I never thought I'd ever feel sorry for Zeus, but I guess there's the first time for everything. That being said, it does feel like it's time for me to move on. I might be able to handle Chaldea on my own, but deep down I'm just a swordsmith. No way I could take on Chaldea, Musashi, Caligula, and Guinness all at the same time, so I'll try my luck elsewhere. Besides, now that you lot showed up, the great Prometheus Hephaestus workshop's all but done for. It'd take the sun, somewhere deep soon as you get your hands on it before the others come a-calling. So you're going to leave us alone? I mean, that's great and all, but what about finishing the summon thing? You don't gotta worry about that. It might not be done tonight, but I've set it up so it'll get done by the morning. Well, see you around. Don't forget to give my regards to the Chaldea. Yeah, will do. Take care. Wait, you mean you're leaving right this second? Yeah, Rasputin supervising the Crysters, and Limbos, is there to keep an eye on the Lostbelt Kings. But my job doesn't really begin until the foreign god guy actually shows up. Apparently I'm supposed to be their butler or something. Anyway, if I'm going to do that job right, I can't go letting myself get defeated now. You're supposed to be the foreign god's butler. Well then. In the meantime, I might as well work on getting the big god some clothes. Because if what they're saying is true, they're going to arrive here bucket naked. Well. Don't worry, she's just here as an arbiter. She can't do anything to you, and she wouldn't even if she could. Oh, and one last thing. You two are the last Alliance survivors, right? Yes, that's right. This might not be my place, but don't go throwing your lives away like them Satsuma Hayato folks did. Ain't no point in winning a war if it ends up costing you your soul. Of course, that's just one old man's opinion. I might be old, but I know I'm a hell of a lot younger than you two, so I won't insist you listen to me. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but I do appreciate your concern for us. So thanks for that, Foreign Smithy. And thanks for showing our great god of the Forge, the last decent god in this whole world, this kingdom, the kind of respect that even we couldn't give him. Hey, now, it's nothing like that. Like I said, he just turned out to be even more stubborn old man than me. I'd like to thank you too, Muramasa. And I promise I'll remember your warning right to our final moments. That's so. Guess you already made your choice, then. I won't forget you two kids. Make sure you both live good lives, you hear? Alright. Battle node. We got a saber. And a freaking archer saber duo. Oh my. Caligula. And I think I gotta go Gil again. Gil's just the way to go here for these saber battles. You know? Or at least the multi-saber battles. If there's ever a single saber, it's probably gonna be XA, because XA is anti-saber monster. Plus, you know, Gil's just straight up high damage. I kind of want to look at. I'm gonna look at the NP things here real quick because I honestly don't remember where Gil falls. Hmm. 17th process finished. Grand Summon Article Aether summoning Guidance Spell Inscription complete. 18th process finished. Grand Summon Article Aether Sphere Origin Solidification Spell Inscription complete. 19th and 20th processes finished. Grand Summon Article Aether Perpetual Magic Energy Source Synchronization complete. All processes finished. Initiating Grand Summon Article Aether Materialization. Grand Summon Article Aether Materialization output complete. Also, I'm looking at Gil now. His NP1 hits as hard against as his NP5 if it's against a non-star servant. That's ridiculous. So no wonder Gil is like the strongest archer. Holy crap. The only thing that beats him would be technically Napoleon, and that's only if Napoleon is up against a divine. Alright everyone, I'm sorry it took so long to complete, and I don't know where my apprentice got off to, but the project came out beautifully. This is the Grand Summon Article, the device that's going to materialize a being capable of destroying gods. And now it's yours, humans. Go on, take it. The Grand Summon Article Aether. I'm the one who named it Aether. It may not be what the Alliance Heroic Spirits intended for it to be named, but there's no need to worry about us, Your Majesty. Fine by me. Sounds bloody tough and shit. Ugh, hag. Yes, it is a wonderful name. When you finally go up against the gods of the heavens, Aether will summon a being capable of destroying him. Part of me does wonder why you didn't go with a more common name, but as our collaborator, we're happy to go along with whatever you decide. Alright, Adele, Macarius, and Boss of Chaldea, we're all counting on you to take it from here and finish the job. We will. We'll finish this. Awesome. So just need to turn on there. That's right. In order to accomplish the final god slaying, you'll need to activate it when we're facing Zeus. Since we don't know how long their materialization will last, that's our only viable option. Queen Europa, Prometheus Hephaestus, thank you both so much for helping us. That goes for you too, Chaldeans, and Caligula. And don't think I'm forgetting you two either, Musashi and Canis. Thanks to all of you, the God Destroyer Alliance is finally ready to begin the last stage of our operation. Fo-fo! So it's time to fight Zeus, right? Be warned, the enemy is truly formidable, no matter how many times I run the numbers. I don't know how well the summoned being will fare against him, and as for the Grand Summon's final catalyst, that will not be a problem, consider that matter solved. You mean you already have a catalyst ready to go? Huh. Worry not, Shield Maiden. I would not let us come this far while we still lack a catalyst. Rest assured, I will take care of it, and when the time comes to face the so-called omnipotent king of the gods, I will show you something miraculous. Even with my capability for calculation, I can't say what will happen once the Aether has been activated, or how well the summoned being will fare against an omnipotent god. At this point, we are well into the realm of the unknown. Nonetheless, I can say this, your chances for victory are non-zero. As long as you keep that in mind. Oh. I'm sorry, I should have asked sooner. Does the concept of zero exist in proper human history? Yes, most assuredly. We've known about it since at least the 3rd century. I dare say we also have a fairly deep understanding of the concept. In fact, Miss Miyamoto over there is something of an expert on it. Oh, fascinating. A mathematician or philosopher would be one thing, but I would have never thought a sword fighter could reach such an understanding. As a scholar would no doubt use their understanding to pass the concept on to other people as knowledge, but for a sword fighter to understand zero. I see, then you must have attained it as a skill rather than as knowledge. Zero, the line that lies between positive and negative. A number smaller than any decimal, and greater than any negative number. It is the void, the lack of existence. I see, the fact that you reach such an understanding with the sword goes just to show how you humans truly are an unsolvable mystery. It was nothing, I just happened to get lucky, that's all. My old man used to go on and on about he was the strongest in the world and how nobody could surpass him. So I figured since the only number that could surpass 1 was none, that's what I had to strive for. Still, it's pretty amazing that I actually pulled it off, if I do say so myself. Not every sword fighter could empty their mind as fast as I did. Someone's confident today, for sure. I could never leap into the enemy territory without looking if I didn't think I could handle myself. Aether here might be our trump card for the final showdown, but it's still my job to make sure we get that far. And knowing you've got someone else on hand to do the heavy lifting means I can really cut loose in multiple senses. Fo-fo! You're very modest, aren't you, Musashi? I think I'm starting to understand what makes you so strong. You always walk a fine line between trying too hard and not trying enough. You're an open and honest with everyone without even looking down on anyone. I used to think of Bushi and Samurai as kind of warrior class particular to Japan. When I look at you, Musashi, I'm not quite sure how to say this. You think I'm a really badass? All thanks. I'm something of a freewheeling, happy-go-lucky warrior, so I think deep down, I'm really a lot like you guys. Right. Very nice. You're all the very picture of warriors brimming with hope. Even as you are about to face Zeus himself, your smiles are unwavering. You truly make me think that if anyone can make this happen, you can. You know, Queen Europa, at first I thought this gamble would be all risk and no reward. But I see that, even if my calculations say their odds of victory are 0, these people may just be able to pull it off. Oh, their chances of winning is certainly not 0. Of that I have no doubt. Hey, Forge God, sorry to interrupt, but I've got a quick question. You said this workshop is cut off from the outside. And the only way in is through the door in the underground passage that's been partitioned off, right? That's right. Something bothering you, Musashi? Then can you tell what's going on outside that door? Hold on, I'll run a periphery scan now. The outside partition was just blown to pieces, Master. Damn, us too slow. Mash, Soul, we need to make sure we get way out of here. Right. Foe! Over here, foe. You'll be safer inside my storage space than on my shoulder. This magical energy feels as though it were burning. It has its Lostbelt's unique scent and the god's unmistakable, intimidating presence. But that is not all. I also sense something immutably foul here now. Be careful, all of you. There's a darkness here among us. Sus! Oh, boy. Limbo! My, how lovely to see you all here. I suppose it's been some time since we last met, fine members of Chaldea. And you, Queen Europa. Oh yes, and I can't forget you, members of the God Destroyer Alliance. I must say, you put up quite a valiant struggle against the gods. I suppose I should introduce myself, yes? I am but a humble monk, a heroic spirit named Caster of Limbo. There you are, scumbag. I remember you and how your good looks are completely wasted on that head that keeps regrowing, no matter how many times I cut it off. What are you up to here in Olympus? Ah, screw it, I don't even care. Your ominous aura tells me everything I need to know. Oh, my, my beloved Shinmin Musashi. Yes, I remember you too, and how very many times you thwarted my designs in the past. What a shame that your vaunted heavenly eye is apparently so blind that it failed to notice the spell I bound to the Queen's garments. You tracked me with my own garments. How dare you, barbaric god? Yes, that's right. Your mewling sympathy for your home and proper human history was easily exploitable. How truly, utterly disgraceful. Whatever you may have been plotting, and plotting you were by the looks of it, it all ends now. I'm afraid that's a touch early for curtains, and in fact I think we've just begun a whole new act. But there I must disagree. I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time now. I'm quite aware of everything happening here. In fact, I only refrained from acting sooner because I was waiting for this grand summon of article of yours to be complete. I can only imagine what lovely sounds you'll be making when you witness it shattering before your very eyes. You are a bastard! Oh. How very kind of you to say so. My great workshop is like my home. It should have no trouble detecting a spell from a single heroic spirit. What are you, really? You're not a proper heroic spirit at all. Detect? You thought you could detect my spell? Why, of course you couldn't. Not when all of my spells have been blessed by our god. I should clarify, when I speak of god in this case, I'm not referring to the gods of Olympus, but rather... You talk too much, barbarian. Yes, he does. Shall we kill them now, big brother? Ah, yes, I do hope you'll forgive me. Very well, then. I'll leave the massacre to you two. After all, it would be quite absurd for a disciple of the foreign god to clean up a mess brought about by the negligence on your family's behalf. That's right, it would be. Now be quiet. So we finally found you, humans. We found them, big brother. Dioscuri, you always snatch our hope away from us every single time. Well, this time we won't. We won't let you take anything from us ever again. Both of you, be careful. Those Dioscuri are divine spirit servants. Please get back before they hurt you. You've kept me waiting a long time. Now this is where it ends. Don't think I've forgotten how you humiliated us with your filthily worthless spell, lowly humans. Though our light will never be sullied by the pitiful death struggles of weaklings like yourselves, you should be thrilled that you managed to injure my pride. You're all in for it now. No human has ever incurred Big Brother's wrath and survived. Now prepare for divine justice. Death to all of you. Goddamn bastard twins. What the hell are you so worked up over a bunch of humans for, huh? This is just like what happened last time, too. You sure you little shits aren't forgetting anyone? You thought I'm the one who didn't belong among the gods? You've got balls saying that to my face after Krishari grounded your asses into the dirt like it was nothing. Did you forget how you had to go crying to Big Daddy Zeus pleading for your lives? You got the greatest keenness to deal with, and you dumb shits stay focused on the weaklings. Well, I've had it. Die, shitheads. Okay, Ness, you're a Lancer. You can't do shit to them. The Sea God Spear. I knew it was too good for the likes of you. I said shut the hell up and die. Are you alright, big brother? I'm fine. Mere magical energy light from an ordinary heroic spirit can never hope to match ours. The Dioscuri, gods of light, they may indeed move at the nearest light speed, but seems they aren't capable of nullifying all forms of light directed at them. Does that mean they have openings we can take advantage of? As they say nowadays, the jury is still out. Stay out of my way, Trenchcoat. Your magical energy light show isn't going to do shit anyway. Hey now, don't go throwing out the Baritsu beam with detective anyway. As far as we're concerned, gods of light, you're just one more milestone on the road to slaying all the gods. I'm not exhausted like last time, and to top it off, I'm feeling better than ever thanks to the Queen's amazing food. Activating Ortmax emergency combat mode. Adjusting operational output to 70%. I'm ready, Master. Let's get down to business and get past the Dioscuri. Let's freaking go. Okay, so we're up against the Dioscuris. Okay, this... Well, what's the archer then? Because there's an archer enemy for this node as well. Oh! Lovely, they brought a friend. Oh! Oh! Well, that's lovely. Thank you, Europa, for the protection. Very useful protection, that. Always use protection, everybody. Gil, again, it's time to show these twin gods, you know, why you are a god killer, essentially, or at least the one who started the end of the Age of the Gods. As long as they don't evade again, we should two-turn this. Entwine Twin Gods, they get that same effect. Okay, yep, we're fine. We're fine. Oh. I didn't see what that thing was. Buff success rate down. Ooh, I don't think I've actually seen that one before. Huh. That's quite the annoying debuff, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. At least not used against me. Maybe I've seen it elsewhere, but I don't know. But it don't matter, cause Gil don't give two flying fucks about them. Oh, Gil. You are a beast! Okay. That wasn't too bad. Insolent worms. Don't bother fighting back, humans. You'll never escape death at my brother's hands. The Dioscuri are still alive and well. Our current fighting forces just can't beat them. Oh, my eyes, it's like looking into the sun. I don't know if they are just actually moving at light speed or not, but I do know both their swords and discus are really freaking fast. Mash is doing a great job defending against them. Cadus's spear plate is sharp as it's ever been, and despite its injuries, Emperor Caligula's fists haven't slowed down. Berserker's got a berserk, I guess. Still, the way things are going, it's only a matter of time until one of them gives up the ghost. I just might have to sacrifice one of my swords after all. Hoot! The trick again? Oh yes, of course it won't work, not against the mighty gods of Olympus. But just to be safe, allow me to use my sorcery to negate it. What did you just draw down? Wait, what? Did you just drown out the waves jamming up the god-made ley line? Why, yes I did. And while I'm at it, I think I'll rid us of this divine bird's intrusions once and for all. Who? Minerva. And as you can see, I have some facility in the destruction of machines. Allow me to demonstrate by entering the combined gods of knowledge in the forge here and now. Look, my brain is being eroded. What did you do to me? Why exactly what you think I've done? Machines, no matter their time or place or origin, have always been vulnerable to bugs, and you are no exception. Bugs? I see, they transform your pulsating magical energy itself into spells. So even though my true self is formless state, they're able to eat away at me. Call your bugs off of him, Limbo. Mystic Code. What a shame. But then that's hardly a surprise. That might be enough to let you break through simplistic karma without resorting to a command spell. But again, Shikigami insects filled to the brim with curses and blight. One of your mystic codes may as well be a gentle breeze. What do you think you're doing, God from a foreign land? Stop it before you kill him. Surely you must know that Zeus considers him to be essential for Olympus' welfare. So why are you doing this? Europa, come back. You need to stay behind us where it's safe. Ah. To goad you into a vulnerable position, oh cruel and beautiful queen, obviously. Now then, if you'll be kindly excuse us. Europa! Oh, don't worry, I won't kill her here. My job is strictly to bring the traitor's queen back to the face justice. I'll leave the rest of these villains to you, Dioscuri, guiding gods of the light you are. Shield Maiden, Mashkara-Light, remember your last gift. May Athena's protection be with you. Bye, Europa. Limbo's magical energy signal has vanished. I'm not seeing Europa's signal anywhere in our vicinity either. You got away? How'd that piece of shit jester pull that off? He appeared to be using some manner of instantaneous travel, although such a thing shouldn't even be possible with existing magecraft. Perhaps it's some ability unique to the foreign god's disciples, or a kind of spell still unknown to us. Or alternatively, it could be a form of Eastern technique, Jinsokutsu. Worry not, you'll never need to know. For what use would such knowledge be to corpses? Right you are, big brother. Come, let's kill them here and now. Formation restricted. And this is a solo saber node. Bring Musashi. Mash has to be in the front lines. Okay. So I'm guessing this is probably the fight. In which case, it's time to bring in XA and tap out the meme master that is Merlin for Scotty. This has to be the fight. I'm hoping it's the fight. If it's not the fight, then we'll let Mash handle things, you know? Scotty. I really need to clear out these CEs. There we go. You know what? I will throw something on Mash, just in case this isn't a final fight. And drop lunchtime. There we go. Alright, Mash. You might be taking on whatever we're up against, which is probably the twins, but most likely not. Oh, shoot. I got the wrong Mystic Codon if I want to be swapping around people. So this is where you so-called God Destroyer pests have been hiding. I suspected you worms may have been laying low in Hades' domain, but I still can't quite believe you are truly lurking in the underground infrastructure all this time. I doubt you've only been restricted yourself to Hephaestus' workshop either. I expect you're able to rendezvous so easily because you must all be underground dwellers. The people of Olympus are meant to live in designated above-ground areas where they can enjoy the light of the sun and the twinkling of the stars. But this underground infrastructure, Tartarus, to use its proper name, is a place of darkness created solely for resource distribution. It's no place for a land of the living. Right you are, little sister. Tartarus is made up of parts from the old gods defeated during the Titanomachia, magical energy from the Gigantes defeated during the Gigantomachia, and the remains of the losers of the Olympiomachia. In other words, the underground is no more than a land of death and darkness, where only the dead may roam freely. And you humans, imbeciles that you are, decided to hide away here even when you still live. Death can be the only price for this transgression, big brother. Right you are, little sister. This will be no execution and no administration of divine justice. We'll be merely exterminating vermin. Yes, big brother. Vermin? I heard that. Did you just call us vermin, Dioscuri? You're damn right I did. You humans were always weak and foolish, but once you chose not only to resist the gods, but openly revolt against them, you ceased to be good citizens of Olympus. Now you are nothing more than disgusting insects. Yes, that's it. I always thought you pathetic god destroyers reminded me of something whenever I killed one of you. And now I see what it is. Insects, nothing more than pests. Squash one another pops up in its place. I finally figured it out. Insects, that's what you lot are. It's not a very elegant comparison, big brother, but it's an accurate one. You make me sick. Was that directed at me, human girl? Yes, it was, Pollux. All you ever do is compliment your brother or agree with him. You don't have a single original thought in your head. When you truly care for someone, you don't just stand by when they're making a mistake like your brother is. Gods may have dominion over humans, but they don't just go around killing them out of spite. No, that's just the sort of thing. The sort of thing humans do! Right, Senpai. Caster of the Gemini constellation is said to have been a human. We do know for certain that the gods known as Dioscuri were originally twins in ancient times. But over time, as they became part of Greek mythology, they changed. Pollux, the younger brother, was an immortal son of Zeus, while the older brother, Castor, was a completely human. Clearly, it's not two brothers here. The truth, Dioscuri, of your motives for all the atrocities and murders you committed, including your brutal slaughter of the God Destroyer Alliance's membership, is really quite simple. Your orders from Zeus represented an excellent excuse, but you simply hate human beings. That's what this is about? Stop it. I can't believe it. Are you kidding me? Look me in the eye and answer me, Dioscuri. Did you really kill our comrades? Our father, our mother? Over some stupid petty resentment for our whole race? Shut up, vermin. You are in the presence of gods. Loathsome humans, you frail, pathetic things can barely even survive without us gods there to guide you. Yet, despite your weakness, you still somehow drag us down, changing us amidst the passage of eternity. It was you humans' divine damn faith, your belief, that turned me into one of you in proper human history. And if that weren't bad enough, you also degraded my beloved sister, turning her into a mere demigod. Big brother, it was humanity's fault, all of it. You're so weak that you cower, shivering in the darkness. You won't cease your revolting breeding. You continue to advance, to flourish. And then in your unparalleled insolence, you name yourselves the rulers of Earth. And the gods supposed to ignore that transgression? Should we forgive this incredible sin? No, absolutely not. That's the reason you kill our friends, our family. Contemptuous fool. That alone is more than enough reason to kill every last one of your misbegotten species. In fact, you should be down on your knees thanking me for my graciousness and only killing those of you who have turned your backs on Father. Go on, praise my benevolence, and I will give you the mercy of a swift death. No, we'll not be doing anything of that. We're not going to die here today, and we'll never let you two kill us. You, how dare you defy my brother? Well, what do you know? Now it all makes sense. Guess little Kershari is one hell of a sadistic streak. Sees little blonde shitheads hating humans with a passion, huh? Guess that explains a lot. To be honest, up till now, I could never figure out why you bastards killed me back in Atlantis. Turns out the answer was pretty simple. Truth is, you were jealous of me for becoming a divine spirit and getting my hands on Poseidon's holy weapon. Ain't that right, Mr. Destined to end up a weak-ass human caster? Oh, snap! Shut up. One more word insulting my brother, and you'll live just long enough to regret it, pitiful human. See, that right there is why you idiots keep on getting taken advantage of. That's how I ended up free enough to turn down the winning team's side and side with these Chaldean dipshits. You think Kurstari trusts you implicitly, huh? Well, I guess you're not wrong. Because he definitely trusts you to keep your absurd hatred like drooling morons you are. We've heard enough, big brother. Nothing more need be said. All that's left to do is kill every last one of them. Pollux. Or the Deus Scurry, the twin gods, though our light may normally serve as a guiding beacon. For you lot, it'll be an inescapable blade of death punishing you for your sins. Mash, keep them safe! Understood. I'm ready, Master. Preparing to engage in anti-divinity combat. Okay. How strong will these twins be? Three bars. Okay. That's a little bit more. Kill them all, everything. Immobilize me. Temporary Aegis. Gain resistance to all attacks and decrease damage taken. Okay, that's new. I don't know if Mash is going to have it in her to take them down, but with the very least, put a target focus on her and focus them down here. Ooh. Yeah, that temporary damage down ain't doing shit, unfortunately. Yeah, that didn't do shit for me. So, yeah, that's kind of dangerous. Seriously. Oh, I'm dead. They're gonna wipe my whole front line. Unless we do this. Okay. I'm getting an idea of how these guys are gonna fight. Their crits are insanity, though. But they do have a crit damage buff, so that's not terribly surprising, I guess. If they wipe out my front line, though, I am going to have to restart and bring in, Oh, right, they're single targets. I need to reset, because I need Wava. Holy crap, their crit rate is insane right now. Alright, yep. Reset this battle. We're going in with the proper Mystic Code this time. The proper Mystic Code. Okay. Second verse, different than the first. Combat uniform ready to go. Let's defeat these masters. I should probably bring Merlin along for the invents, but oh well. Hey, Draconic. Welcome to the stream. Happy things, happy things. There's like a knot in my throat or something. Or something scraping in it. It might just be me overstraining my voice, though, so... Can those go away? They're only 2, so that is why they hit so hard. Okay, so that explains why they just utterly eviscerated poor Mash. If I can get rid of those crit buffs, though, that would be ideal. You have tomorrow off? Nice. It's always good to have days off. Although, middle of the week days off are always weird. Like, having a day off just randomly in the middle of the week is always weird for me. Nice. Okay, Primordial Rune. Lower that defense. Ephemeral Blade. Lower Scotty's Stargather, because I'm pretty sure it has a higher weight than XA's. And Chestnut Paste. Okay. They have the Immobilize me. That's permanent, so I can't even stun them in this battle. Alright. Let's see how this goes. XA destroys it. Okay, 405,000. That was well more than their break bar, so we should be fine. Should. Entwined Twin Gods. They get that as a permanent buff now. That's quite annoying. They nearly took down poor XA. XA... I don't have a heal for XA. Shite! I completely forgot that I don't have the heal on this Mystic Code. That's gonna be a pain. I can always quit restart if things get tough, but for now this will have to do. I did see you post something in my Discord about it, but I only saw it like as I was getting ready to start streaming, so I didn't really have the time to check that. But that's how are they gonna manage that is my question. Like, it's gotta be like a software thing then, right? They're releasing some sort of software that will be capable of doing it. Convective Light. Oh, thank goodness, I think we did it. I think we did it, everybody. I think that they're done. If they targeted XA too tough, we would have been screwed. PS3 is through cloud emulation. Okay. I wonder, is that going to... Because, I mean, one of the speedruns I do occasionally just, like, watch for fun is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Memories speedrun. Whatever that old PS1 version is. I wonder if it being capable of being played on the PlayStation 5 will make the run any faster. It'd be hilarious if it could. But that's the Twins defeated! And actually, PSP... Did Fate Extra not get... Fate Extra was never No, Fate Extra was translated for North America, wasn't it? Possible. Thoughts are now bubbling in my head, though there's still Extra Encore, or whatever the remake is going to be called, so... Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, sadness for CCC. A tear. That rigidity, that mobility, it can't be. The light radiating from your shield. Is that Athena's protection? The Aegis! Impossible. Now that Odysseus is gone, the Aegis no longer exists in this Lostbelt. Indeed, that is not the true Aegis. But by extracting and purifying Athena's Theos Caloronomia, Nike Sophia, her final authority of victory, I was able to change it into a form suitable for ingestion. And mix it in with Queen Europa's cooking. No. I've never played any of the Harry Potter games. And that's not all. Heroic, or rather Divine Spirit Canis. I know this may be overstepping my bounds, but I took the liberty of tweaking your spirit origin a bit, so as to better synchronize with Poseidon's authority. Forgive me, Exalted Tyrant. Oh yeah, the only God of War game I never played was the... Okay, not the only. Was the God of War, the OG God of War. I don't believe I played Chains of Olympus. Yeah, I don't think I played Chains of Olympus or whatever the one with the Furies was about. But I did play 2, 3, and the God of War 2018. Yeah, God of War 2018 is how I started to realize I'm a video game masochist. How the hell am I supposed to complain to a guy who's already dead, you idiot? So I'll save that shit for later. Meanwhile, I'll just help myself to every last bit of that asshole god's vortex power. Get ready, you little shits. Know that my spear is sharper than ever. Canis is unleashed. And I'm gonna pay you back for what you did to me in Atlantis, and for your pathetic, whiny grudge. 1,000 times over. Is that Poseidon's trident I'm sensing? She must have raised her spiritual rank. Be careful, big brother. Humans, stupid, pathetic, insignificant humans. What use could you likes have for a divine artifact? Killing a god will forever be beyond your means. Have at you, human scum. I'm the god of light, and I will tear you to pieces and scatter you to the winds. Let's do this thing. Oh, Caster, I've already killed 2 gods. Do you really think I won't add a 3rd? Cool. I'll check that out after stream and let you know my feedback. Because can't really watch it on stream, unfortunately. Looks like we've got one more shot at victory. Fine by me, let's make the most of it. Now that we've got Athena's Aegis, a spear that has been imbued with the power of Poseidon's trident, between an invincible shield and an unparalleled spear, we should be able to take them both out simultaneously. Get ready, Dioscuri. I'm taking both your heads as soon as I get the chance. Swifty. I'll check it out later. Probably within an hour. Big brother. This ends now. I already know exactly what I need to do to kill both humans and heroic spirits alike. 14, 15, 16, 7. 14, 15, 16, 17. We are already 4 sections through with this. Oh, no. I'd rather your sister look my way, Caster. You know, I'd rather Pollux be giving me those eyes, you know. Just saying. Just saying. I'm sure there's plenty that would be fine with you giving them the eyes, but I prefer Pollux. Well, senpai. Oh, he's grabbed my head. Nobody move. One second thought, I'd take that back. Move if you like. Just know that if you do, I'll use my light speed to rip his spine clean out through his neck. This is a bit of a predicament, isn't it? Although, there's no Holmes around here. Holmes has been strangely quiet. Well done, big brother. I'm so impressed that you keenly ascertained the enemy's key weakness even in the midst of this tumultuous battle. I was looking for a chance to take his head myself, but the little Aegis girl was irritatingly consistent about protecting him. It was nothing, little sister. After all, this is far from my first time killing humans. It's always the same with them. First they stupidly commit to fighting, then they dare with training to protect the weak. Once you zero in on a target, there's nothing they can do against our light speed. Big brother, you're bleeding from your mouth. Well, please tell me you didn't use your authority to move faster than light. Oh? Have you forgotten that we're only divine spirits, not proper gods? Making true use of our authority can destroy our entire spirit core. A little blood is nothing to me. Getting pretty desperate, huh, Caster? Huh? Caster, he was getting pretty desperate. Let's mock him. How dare you? Let's see if you're mouthy after I've torn your head off. Senpai, don't move. Caster. They sound similar. The microphone might be disrupting, as might the fact that I feel like my voice is finally starting to give out after a lot of talking. I've been streaming a lot lately, and I have this, like, itch in the back of my throat. But, hold it. You just moved, didn't you? Then it seems I'll need to give you a fitting punishment, shield girl. Use that great shield of yours, cut your own head, and I might just spare this man's life. Sorry. Don't do it. Dioscuri. What? What was that, human? That power I just felt from your head, was that? No, it couldn't be. The power to kill a god? It was you! That black light that killed Demeter and Aphrodite. That vile god-killing weapon that shouldn't exist. You're its ammunition. Damn you, proper human history. Big brother, why'd you let go of him? Canis? Big brother. Senpai. Mashu. Senpai's safe. The rest of you, please take it from here. Take him down, twins. Death to my enemies, Hades. Let the blade of bravery shine forth, Athena. Are those special mystic codes? No, they're using some form of magecraft. And since they were calling out the names of the gods, they might be using Age of Gods magecraft that makes use of divine spirit power. Ah! Damn you, humans! What could you hope to achieve by aligning yourselves with these revolting people from proper human history? Even if their help does enable your foolish rebellion against the gods to succeed, there will be nothing waiting for you afterwards. Even if that's true, we're still not going to let this end here. We refuse to let this be our final resting place. No matter how many times we were made to submit to the gods' power, at least we can keep shouting, this isn't over yet. We might just be humans, not gods, but at least we can do that. Even if the heavens we seek are impossibly far away, we'll never stop saying it. This isn't over yet. The twins are beaten down twins. Twin fight. Ooh, damn. She looks beat up. Then I'll ask you this. Tell me, Alliance woman, why did you not stop your brother? Surely you both know where this path you're on leads. Death. Yes, death. From this point on, no matter what you do, you will die. Either we gods will tear you to pieces, or you'll be destroyed along with this Lostbelt. So then why? Why do you two? Because both my brother and I believe that a real tomorrow would be far better than an endless today. What a joke. Now that Hades is gone and there's no one left to ensure the souls of the dead find new lives, death is truly the end. Don't you see that? Yeah, we see it. But even so, we want to finally see tomorrow that's different than yesterday. Big brother. The two enemy servants' magical energy is rapidly vanishing. They're just about to disappear. So, given Caster's thing, we totally are gaining anti-divine properties. That's totally not going to bite us in the ass at some time in the future, I'm sure. That's totally not going to bite us in the ass. The Dioscuri certainly had a tough spirit origin, but it seems our attacks finally reached their divine core. Behold what has transpired here. You both said it was impossible, but it was none other than the humans of Olympus who shattered your divine core. So it would seem. Very well then, humans, keep pushing your luck. Go ahead and forge your path to a future where only despair awaits. And know that it will never be anything more than a single step right into a dead end. Poor Pollux. She definitely was too much of an enabler to her brother. Be that as it may, we still don't want to live in a world where every day is like the one that came before. Even if oblivion is the only thing waiting for us, we still want to see a new tomorrow. That is an excellent sentiment. Another scene we're here. And there you have it. The Dioscuri have vanished and Prometheus Hephaestus is completely shut down. The Chaldea is still alive and well, along with the two God Destroyer Alliance members. Oh, and Canis is still working with them, too. She must be pretty peeved at you for forsaking her. Yes, I suppose he would be. I cannot blame him for feeling that way, either. Of course, I can't imagine an apology from me would be met with anything other than a demand that I shut up. That's it. You're a lot less bothered than I expected. I feel bad for what happened to the Dioscuri, though. I wish I'd been able to better get through to them. What do you mean? I thought you and the Dioscuri got along swimmingly. We may have gotten along, but we never truly understood one another. They hated humans too much for that. I told them I was going to make a new age of gods, and even revealed my friendship with Zeus. But they simply weren't able to discern what it was I seek. And for my part, I wasn't prepared to face the full extent of their hatred. You know, perhaps Sol would have done a better job than me of getting them to the heart of their weakness, being their hatred for humans. But the Dioscuri worshipped the ground Zeus walked on. As his friend, didn't they look up to you as well? Kershari's given us some credit. That's different. They never got as far as forgiving humans. They only accepted me because Zeus did. You know, now that I think about it, I wish I hadn't had them in front of... I wish I hadn't fought them in front of Zeus. I doubt things would have turned out this way if they hadn't had Zeus acting as a judge in the background. Hey, what's done is done. You can't expect anything and everything to go perfectly, even for you. So let's just forget the past and focus on the present. With Canis and Dioscuri gone, you've lost almost every soldier at your command. Are you sure you're in good enough shape for the endgame? Now that Zeus has lost Demeter and Aphrodite, he won't hesitate to use the Tree of Emptiness. We both know the Tree of Emptiness Magellan is currently the single biggest pool of magical energy on this entire planet. But us cryptids are supposed to be the ones to use it. We can't let Zeus get his hands on it first. And that means when the chips are down, your alliance with Zeus will fall apart. So doesn't that mean your greatest adversary isn't Chaldea, but Zeus protecting the Tree of Emptiness? Oh, I wouldn't put it that way. My greatest adversary certainly continues to be Chaldea. That's why I used up one of the last 2 times I planned to go personally to fight them. It's a shame how that battle turned out. Sol was just too amped up to think straight. If he had held his ground as resolutely as I heard he did in the Temple of Time, it would have been a much closer call for me. How does he know about the Temple of Time? The truth is, in practice, there wasn't much difference between Sol's and my I'm sorry, Mr. Throw meteors down from outer space. I currently do not have that capability, so there's a vast difference here. His various exploits to date have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm still a lot more scared of you and your ability to say so. It shows you know how easily you've got the upper hand. And if you say so, at any rate, whether or not we have a rematch is entirely up to them. I've already promised Zeus that I would fight him last. It's even part of our contract. You see, a rematch to decide the fate of this world of the gods was his condition for cooperating. Rather heartwarming, isn't it? I guess not even the king of gods could permit a loss to stand. That's a surprise. I never would have thought the great and mighty Zeus would have had such, well, human motivations. Of course he would. No one lacking that quality would take on the task of being a god who leads humanity. I mean, how does the alien god know? The Temple of Time literally existed outside of the space-time axis. Like, there's no way the alien god could have known. Unless it's the whole... I don't know. Which is why I pity him for the decision he's about to have to make. Namely, the choice of what to do about Queen Europa after her betrayal of Olympus. Yeah, I don't know how the alien god would know. But that is another chapter/section completed. We are well past the halfway point at this point. We got a Saint Quartz and 5 Leyline Spiriton. Excuse me. 5 Divine Leyline Spiritons. Alright. How big is this next... Ooh. 5. That might be a little finicky to pull off. If I go for another hour, maybe. I'm gonna take a drink while I think about this.